recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes,
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZedGamesAU.
You're listening to Zed Games. My name's Hazel. I'm here in the studio with...
Cam.
And a couple of guests. Who are you?
I'm Jed. I'm the head of games at Screen Queensland.
Whoa, official.
I know. Ugh.
And you?
Hi, I'm Finley, also known as Finn, and I'm the games coordinator at Screen Queensland.
Hooray.
Ooh, very official. We've got some government spies in our midst. And later on, we are going to be talking about what Screen Queensland does to fund games made in Queensland.
Woo.
And that's going to be pretty exciting. And I think you might have a little announcement for us as well.
We totally do.
Hot exclusives. I feel like we're on Triple M already.
How are you all?
Great. Very excited to be on the radio.
I know, how cool, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it fun?
It's my first time.
How old school, right? You guys are like dealing with like making new cutting edge tech cool stuff, and it's like, I'm going to be on the radio. It's like,
This is different.
awesome.
This
FM
is
radio.
very
FM
cool.
radio.
There's a history here, and you
Yeah.
can feel it.
Yeah.
It feels very Brisbane.
This building has some crazy history, which I can tell you about after. But have you been playing any games lately? I hope
Always.
so. You work for Screen Queensland in the games department.
No, you don't understand. People that work in the games industry, we don't have time to play
but they
games.
have to read all the proposals for games and stuff. So, you know, I
Play all
hope
the
they're
demos.
playing some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you can talk about?
I mean, we play games of our projects as part of making sure that they're doing what they're meant to be doing for us to give them the money. And oftentimes that we just get carried away, which is
Yeah.
a very good sign for the
Yeah.
projects. So the one I've been playing, I can't actually tell you about.
Secret.
What color is
Top secret. Confidential.
What?
What color is it?
color
What does
is
it
it?
taste like?
It's like orange, and it
Wow.
also tastes like orange.
Exclusive.
Nice.
Well, the game I've been playing, I can talk about.
Yay.
It's Go-Go Town by Prideful Sloth.
Ooh.
And they've just, I think, they've just done some playtesting on Steam. And oh my God, like after Animal Crossing's like update deceased, they're filling the void big time in that cozy gaming space. I'm so excited personally.
Literally
Nice,
cannot wait to play
nice.
this one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so excited.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Prideful Sloth, good people. Good game.
I've been playing a little game called Novalands, which
Ooh.
I will be talking about later. Later in the show, a little sneak preview.
Ooh.
But for now, I reckon we listen to the week in gaming news from our friend Maylee.
Classified Sega docs from the 90s are now available to you. Neat! Earlier this week, Twitter user Mega Drive Shock brought attention to a PDF of classified Sega of America documents, which had become available on the Sega Retro Wiki. The PDF is 272 pages of documents from the mid-90s that offer a fascinating peek behind the curtain. They primarily focus on the Saturn console, which, while hugely popular in Japan, failed to take off elsewhere in the world. It's an absolute bonanza of information, including manufacturing costs, retail margins, sales, product strategies, emails, etc. If you'd like to read through the pages, we'll have a link on our website, and if you'd prefer to just see some of the highlights, we'll also have a link to the original Twitter thread available. Multi-season wait in store between Overwatch 2 story missions. During a recent Twitch appearance, Jared Naeus, Overwatch 2's executive producer, revealed that there won't be additional story missions for at least the next 2 seasons following the launch of Season 6. It's very much like trying to find that balance between getting story missions in front of the players quickly because we love story stuff, and giving ourselves enough time to make changes or add features. No exact timeline was given, but it seems safe to say that Blizzard won't be releasing any further story missions in 2023. Annapurna Interactive Showcase 2023 was held at the end of last week, showing off some of their upcoming games and more. Here's just a taste of what we saw. To a T is a game with a premise that sounds delightful but maybe a little shallow, with the story centered around a main character stuck in a T-pose. Thankfully, Annapurna promises there's depth to this game, and since it's the newest game by Katamari Damacy director Keita Takahashi, I'm inclined to believe them. Storyteller, the puzzle game that plays out over a picture book which released earlier this year, is moving to Netflix as part of their growing catalogue of games. Along with the move, Storyteller will be receiving new content and scenarios. Thirsty Suitors, which has a demo available on Steam, now has a release date. The game is a unique mash of turn-based combat, skating, cooking, story, and more. It will release November 2nd to PS5, PS4, Xbox XS, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Coming later in 2024 is Ghostbike, a game set in the afterlife where players must fight against ghosts as they strive to bring the true spirit of biking back to Wheel World. Finally, they showed the reveal trailer for their first in-house game, Blade Runner 2033. They haven't shown too much yet, but fans of the series can look forward to exploring a dystopian LA set between the original Blade Runner movie and Blade Runner 2049. And now we have some upcoming game releases. On July 6th, we have Necrosmith coming to PS5 and Switch, and Scarf coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox XS, and Xbox One. On July 7th, we have Feeble Light coming to PS5, Switch, and Windows. We have Garlic coming to PS5 and Switch, and we have The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie coming to PS5, PS4, Switch, and Windows. And finally, on July 12th, we have Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, coming to PS5, PS4, Switch, and Windows, a game for which I want to share my excitement, but I've been advised not to swear about it, so may I just say, Flingman, Shingman, Fruitin', Frappin', Fudgin', Frankfurter, gosh darn heck yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. And that's all this week in gaming news.
Thank you, Maylee, and gosh darn heck, aren't we excited about games?
I love this enthusiasm. Yes.
Yowza.
Yippee.
Are there any games in particular that you are excited for that are coming out soon?
I'm a bit, not this week, but this month, and I'm a bit biased because I worked on it as a contractor level designer before this job. But Phantom Abyss is fully
cool.
1.0 releasing.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the 22nd or 20th. So yeah, very excited to see how that goes. The devs are local Queenslanders and good friends, so that's my number one.
You got the inside scoop on all the hot games coming out of Queensland. It's great.
Yeah.
I just love this classified Sega document dump. It's like it feels like it should be on WikiLeaks or something.
And it was on Twitter? Like,
Yeah.
how random.
I know. Remember Twitter? That was a thing.
Remember? What? What's Twitter? I use Threads now.
That's right. We're all Threads now. It's been out for like 6 hours. We're all on top of that, kids, keeping up with the youth. But I read through all 270 odd pages of that because I'm a sad old man who
my
reminisces
God.
Was it
about the
juicy?
mid-90s.
You read all of it?
Oh my gosh. It's like
Red or skimmed?
no red because, you know, what else am I going to do with my life? But it's just like this, got this crazy guy, Tom Kalinske, super nice guy, but he was in his own reality distortion bubble. He's like, guys, we're out selling the PlayStation in Japan. Honest, someone told me. And
Somebody told me.
Someone in Japan told me they can't even count how many Saturns they're selling because they're going so fast. I don't know how that works. You can't count something when you sell it. But anyway, and everyone at Sega America's like, how do we tell him that we're boned? Like, you know, whoops.
Oh, I love this.
Waiting
is
for the other
juicy.
shoe to
Yeah,
drop.
it was wild ride.
So are these just like emails?
Emails, marketing reports, sales reports.
A lot of fax stuff, scanned stuff.
Yeah.
Kitten
Yeah.
Caswell has just texted into the show to say Oxenfree 2, OMG. And yes, Oxenfree
love-
2.
Oh.
You're so happy about this.
I love that studio that made Oxenfree. I love the game After Party. This is such a tangent. It's like one of my favorite personal games.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's so much
The
good stuff
T-posing,
happening
though.
in games. And
T-posing game?
T-pose, that's a
The
clever
T-posing
idea.
game.
Yeah.
About time.
And the Katamari Damacy director, like...
How do we get away with not having any animators? Wait, I figured it out.
Make the T-
Oh no!
Just scraped $200,000 off the budget.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Some producer with just too much power.
No.
We took all the animators out back.
As a producer, I do not stand for this slander. Okay.
All
So
right,
you're
all
outnumbered
right.
here. There's 2 game designers in the room. And
Yeah.
the natural enemy of the game designer is the producer.
Yin and yang
How
kind
rude.
of thing.
Look, someone's got to tell you creatives what to do, right?
I'm fighting the good fight here.
That's right, keeping us in line. I understand.
Yeah. All right.
So you're listening to Zed Games, is that it?
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Hello, you're listening to Zed Games.
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 Perfect. Thank you.
You're listening to Zed Games with Hazel, Cameron, and our guests, Jed and Finn from Screen Queensland, and we're here to talk about getting your game funded. Yes, yours. So, tell me, what does Screen Queensland do for the Queensland games scene?
So, Screen Queensland is it's traditionally funded film and TV development. And recently not recently, I think maybe 2019 is the first time they started experimenting with games funding, acknowledging that games also happen on the screens.
They do happen on screens usually.
Yeah,
Sometimes
usually.
they're in the real meat space.
That's ineligible for us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all about
It has to be on a screen.
Yeah, we love screens. We love digital.
Film's icky.
I also
Careful
love
what you
film
say.
and
We've got
TV,
Film
so I
Club
don't-
coming up after us.
They're next door. They're giving us weird looks.
About 2 years ago, I was hired as the first games director at Screen Queensland, and they tasked me with creating a set of programs to support and grow the games industry in Queensland. So now we have 3 core funding programs or talent development programs to uplift the industry, create opportunities for startups, or another program to help existing studios sort of grow and achieve their dreams.
So if I was like me and maybe a couple of friends of mine, we're like, okay, we're going to make Cameron games, and it's going to be, we're going to be bringing hot new games to the hot new platforms such as the Commodore 64, and we'll come to you. What do we have to do to like start that conversation? What's the process like?
Yeah, well, we are very friendly, nice, happy people.
Yeah, come say hi to us.
Yeah. We always encourage people, like, before applying at any time to reach out and say hi, ask questions. I know as government we can seem like a scary black box, but it's always easy to...
You're a friendly black box.
We're a friendly
We're
black box.
all here for one reason, and it's because we like video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question... if you wanted to make games, you would tell us what you're trying to do, where you're at, what your team's like. If you had money, we would point you to our 15% digital games incentive, which is, if you're spending at least $250,000 making a game, you can come to us and we'll give you 15% of that on top of to amp it up, to take it to the next level. Yours to do with what you will.
Yep. Tighten up the graphics in level 3.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
tighten them up. Hire someone, go somewhere and market your game, whatever you want to do with it.
Okay, but what if I don't have $250,000 to spend on my game, and I am some schmuck in my garage, and I'm trying to make a game, and I think I've got a really hot pitch?
Well, we like to say if you've got a team and a dream, then maybe the game grants are for you. Ooh.
That's a good line, right?
That's a good line. You're ready for this.
Rhymes and everything. So the games grants is if you have no money, you got skills, you got an idea, you come to us and you pitch your game idea, you pitch your business plan, your budget, your milestone schedule. It's a bit of an intense application process. You tell us your unique selling point, who your audience is, and we can fund you with up to $90,000.
People shouldn't just like straight up drop in whatever they've got into the applications, right? They should like reach out a bit.
Yeah, we love giving feedback, and we love to know where people are at with their projects. So if you send us an email or give us a call or see us at like a big dev or something, we'll totally like spend some time and, talk over your project and where it's at and where it should be.
I think a lot of people think that, like, all you need to make a game is an idea, right? And you were saying before, you got to have a pitch, you got to have a thing together. That's something that a lot of people don't realize actually, regardless whether it's talking to you guys or a publisher or whoever.
Well, it depends on whether you want to actually like publish a game and make money out of it.
Yeah.
If you're just making it for you,
If you just want to do
don't
the
need to have a
thing.
business plan.
Well, that's fine. Follow your passion.
Yeah, I totally encourage those people to create
Yeah.
their weird art game that expresses themselves.
Yeah.
Our program is a little more focused at the moment anyway on those commercial targeted game developments.
And what if you don't necessarily want to just make your own game from scratch, but you want to like build up some skills, get into the industry? Is there something for people like that?
Yeah, so we have our games residency, which is about 16 people for about 12 months who work in like a co-working space, and they get to start their own studio, make their own games, and we give them mentorship and workshops and really expose them to the industry and give them that big step up into hopefully them then being able to apply for something like a game grant.
Yeah, it's a pretty big program, and it's a partnership with Workforce Australia, where we onboard them onto something called self-employment assistance. So they actually get
They get paid.
They get sort of like a fortnightly payment, and then they get a bunch of business mentorship. That is a bit broader, and then we provide like the really targeted industry mentorship or whatever they need.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think like people think, I'm making something that's commercial, that's so corporate. But like, you guys were funded Unpacking, one of the most personal games that I've played in years. And it just goes to show the indie spirit is alive.
Unpacking
in that.
was our game of the year.
Game of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty much unanimously.
Yep.
Except
Our
maybe
games
Paul.
really do have heart. Like, seriously, like coming from two lover of games, it's hard not to. It's hard not to see our projects and be like, oh my God, this is cute.
Queensland has an incredible game scene.
Yeah.
Like, just unbelievable. And it's so good to get like some actual, money and support in here.
Would you say on the record it's better than the Melbourne Game C? Live on air right now? I'm willing to say that.
Me personally,
I mean, yeah.
So because we run a 15% incentive, part of the goal of that is to attract new companies and new studios to Queensland. So as part of that job specifically, sometimes I refer to that role as I'm a professional Melbourne and Sydney hater.
Yeah.
If you live in Melbourne and Sydney and you're a game developer with lots of money,
You should come here instead.
That's right.
Melbourne and Sydney suck, and you should move up to Brisbane. The
You tell
houses
'em.
are a bit cheaper, a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
And we're here, and we're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's warm.
Yeah,
it's
we're sick.
warm.
Oh, yeah.
It is warm. It is warm.
We've got Goldie Wood or whatever.
What?
That's what they're calling the Gold Coast now.
Oh.
Yeah, because all the studios. and
Goldie
stuff.
Wood.
Isn't that right?
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, I reckon we're going to talk about an announcement that you guys might have. So,
That's called Sizzle, people.
Well, you're listening to Zed Games with Jed and Finn from Screen Queensland and me, Hazel, and that guy's Cameron.
Hello, I'm also from here.
You are from here. It's great.
Look at us.
Yay! Look how far we've come.
Aww.
Now, I think there's something that you wanted to talk to us about, Finn.
Yeah, we have a little announcement. Maybe not little. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm like, do I do a drum roll? Like, whoa, yay! So we are here to announce 2 internships at Gameloft. And one is an animation internship and one's a programming internship. So those are officially live today, taking applications. So you can apply on our website.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Gameloft are a big deal,
Yeah,
right?
and what a great
Animation
way
and
to break
programming,
in.
you
Yeah.
said?
Animation and programming.
Are you an upcoming animator or programmer for video games? Do you want to do an internship at Gameloft? Do you want to make money doing it?
Yeah.
It's paid.
Apply.
It's paid.
Apply.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a perfect opportunity for someone to, really break into the industry. Once
Screen
you're in
Queensland
forever.
Games.
That's right. We're going to be doing more of them too.
Yeah.
More opportunities, more pathways.
That's
We love
fantastic.
free money from the government.
We love it.
But I love the chance that like kids out there can
Yeah.
get into the industry, because it always feels, as an outsider, it feels like this insurmountable wall.
Yeah.
But you guys are trying to say, no, it's not.
No.
right?
Yeah.
And not just kids, anyone. If you're like, man, this is my dream. Yeah, let's do it.
I've known a lot of people who are like in their 20s, 30s, whatever. They've gone, I don't want to be an accountant anymore. Sorry, Zara. I
Ew,
want to
money.
get into games, right?
What if
I'm sick of having a
can I just like
respectable
quit my
career.
job and apply now?
Yeah.
Should I do that?
Do it. I dare you.
Do it.
I
That would be a
double dare you.
flex for us.
That'd be huge.
Yeah, you got games experience. You've been on this show for over a year, almost 2 years now. You have got games industry experience. Come
Yeah.
on, back
Let's turn the
yourself.
tables. Let's interview you.
Yeah.
Why do you
Right.
think you'd be good for the role? No.
So Game Loft have just done like Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that was a huge hit for them, and I'm sure they're working on other cool
And
stuff.
My Little Pony main merge. Adorable.
What?
How huge? Ubisoft? No, wait, no. What is the...
Hang on, I
owns My
can't
Little
remember.
Oh,
Pony?
it's this Hasbro?
Oh, Hasbro. Yeah, Hasbro. Huge.
Yep, yeah. Pig license. Love it.
Very cool game.
Sparkles, pink. We love it.
Very cool.
Can I say sleigh?
You can't say slay.
Oh, sleigh.
So hip.
Slay. My mother has just tried to call me. Sorry, Mum, I'm on air.
She's trying
Hi,
to tell you
Mother.
not to make a big mistake and get into the games industry. She's like,
Trying
don't
to
do
tell
it.
me not to make a big mistake and talk about My Little Pony on air.
You have no idea what animation is.
So like that's kind of the stuff you guys are going to be doing a little bit more further in the future, trying to like get
Definitely.
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, we want to grow studios to be bigger and bigger, and then when they're big enough, we want to create pathways for, emerging developers, wherever they're from, whoever they are, into them.
Yep.
It's a whole pipeline of talent here.
Absolutely. None of them are making games for the Commodore 64 though. I find that very disconcerting, but that's just me.
Yeah,
Hey, there's
it's
first time for everything.
Yeah.
Go for it.
underappreciated console.
Console.
Yeah, consoles are... Look,
Anyway.
nobody knows what it is anymore, except you and me.
So what are you guys can you talk about something that's coming up in the future? Like what's the hot new thing that's going to be having a Screen Queensland
Ooh.
image on the credits?
Yeah, what's a big or a small game that you've been funding, helping out, and it's
Unpacking
going to come
2,
out
The
soon?
Revenge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The boxes take over.
We funded Tantalus North to do the City Skylines remastered port.
How good is City
So
Skylines,
they're-
right?
They're right down
Okay.
the road
Yes.
in the valley.
Big points with Zaro.
Yeah. And on the 20th of this month, I think Dross is coming out, and they're Screen Queensland supported as well.
Oh, cool.
DROS. Yeah, they've been working on this beautiful platformer game for like 4 or 5 years. So very, very keen for this huge project to come out.
Wow.
And then other secret citrusy
Fair enough.
stuff.
So many secrets.
So many secrets.
Is that
Gotta-
kind of like the
There's
appeal?
there's a big document manila folder on the desk in front of us that says confidential,
Yeah.
top secret.
They did flash this white thing in our eyes beforehand, and like
You
they put
will
these
remember
sunglasses on.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Is that kind of like what do you guys get out of the jobs that you do? Like, what's your personal biggest perk besides playing games that aren't out yet?
Yeah, so I mean, before I worked this job, I started my own studio. I, finished up at my first game development
Just
job.
a
at
little
Half Brick.
company called EA.
Imagine.
Trip Hawkins is here.
Yeah, so I started a studio, and I actually got the first ever round of Screen Queensland Games funding for
wow.
Project Speaking Simulator. And
That was so good.
yeah, thank you, thank you. It was a labor of love.
We
and,
play it at work all the time.
yeah, so I know the impact that grant had on us and our ability to chase our dreams. So being able to expand that at a really at scale for Queensland means a lot to me. Yeah, that's why we do it.
I am really passionate about, uplifting people who might not have the platform. So as a woman in games, it's been tricky sometimes. So when I, meet people, I always make sure to uplift those people, underrepresented people. And really, I like to think of it as clearing the path so the next person who walks it, doesn't have to whack all those weeds out the way. They can just make games and have fun and, enjoy being a game dev.
Yeah. I think we have a
Wow,
responsibility.
so wholesome.
It's beautiful.
So
I know.
positive. I love it.
it's a huge part of what Screen Queensland is about. And particularly, like, I think our next focus is, like, as Finn said, women in games and getting
First
more
Nations
diversity into the
people in
industry.
games.
Yeah, First Nation, Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islanders, getting them into the games industry, hearing their stories in video games is something that we really want to push.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. Jed, I understand you have somewhere to be.
Yeah, I'm heading out.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to listen to Zed Games with Hazel, Finn, and Cameron.
Yay. I keep saying that.
And we just talked with Finn and Jed, who has now left us, about Screen Queensland and all of the good work they do funding games. And now I'm going to talk about a game. Shocker. On Zed Games. Would you believe it?
Huh?
What's it about?
What's a game?
It is a game called Novalands. It's the second game from a little Brazilian indie developer called Behemoth, which is like Bahamut, but with like behemoth and mutt in it.
Cool.
I don't know. Weird. Published by Hype Train Digital for PC.
Oh, I like Hype Train. That sounds cool.
Hype Train!
Yeah. Can we get a Hype Train?
Do you like games like Satisfactory or Rift Breakers, where you build stuff and automate things and have little robots that do things for you?
I loved Satisfactory.
I love automation in games.
In games, yeah.
I love not playing games and anything that lets me just set up things.
It's great, right? Well, you might like this. It's a little 2D top-down pixely thing. You crash land on an alien planet and you have to survive. And as you go on, you develop new technologies, you unlock things, you create like little factories producing stuff for you, mine up raw materials, and you make bots to automate the whole thing. And you can set up rules for your bots, what they do.
Are the bots cute?
The bots are pretty cute, actually.
Nice.
They're just like a little orb, and then they have legs, and they run around, and you can get one that follows you around and protects you from monsters.
Aw, I like that.
Yeah, and as you go, you meet like other survivors of the crash, and they help you out. They like upgrade your gear for you and help you explore. And there's boss monsters. There's like giant ancient monsters underground.
Are they
and
cute?
You can...
Great question.
Great question. You'll have to play it to find out.
Oh.
But you can choose to either fight the monsters in a big boss fight, or you can grow a beautiful flower for them and leave it at a shrine, and then you get the same rewards that you would have if you beat them in a boss fight.
So they are cute.
But you don't have to fight them.
I love this.
That's so sweet.
So if you want to do a pacifist run, or if you're like disabled and you have trouble with shooting monsters in games.
I need more of that in games. That's great.
Yeah. It's great. It's cool.
Are the flowers cute?
The flowers are cute. I think they're called like a blood something.
Cool.
Oh,
I forget. They're red. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I had some issues with the game. I mean, I know it's a game about automating, but there were times where I felt like I was just sitting around waiting for my bots to do stuff.
Oh.
You got the project manager kind of thing going, why can't you go faster? Does that seem familiar there, Finn?
That's so familiar to me.
It's more like, well, I've unlocked everything that I can unlock, and until my production scales up and I can, unlock all these other things, what do I do? Do I just sit here? Do I go and work with the bots? Yeah, I can, but it's like,
do you
doesn't
Amazon
really add that
warehouse
much.
it and just...
No bathroom breaks for any of these robots.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm asking questions.
Cruel Taskmaster. I did not do any of that. I don't think you can make them work faster except by upgrading them.
Oh.
So yeah, I found myself just kind of sitting there like, should I go do something else?
It sounds like
that sucks.
It sounds like the early Animal Crossing problem.
Maybe
like
I'm
the
just
first
playing
couple
it
of days
wrong.
of Animal Crossing, there's not much to do.
Maybe I'm just playing it wrong. It could be me. I could be the problem.
No. As the game reviewer, your opinion is perfect.
It's the
Am
law.
I out of touch?
No,
it's the games who are wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, not much to speak of in the way of story or music. The pixel art is pretty cute, but kind of basic. And when you actually talk to another survivor, they get a really like shockingly beautiful cartoon portrait while you're in dialogue with them. It almost feels out of place in the rest of the game, but it's nice. And yeah, fun game if you like those kind of automated satisfactory type games. But I had some issues with it. You might give it a try.
Cool.
You can get it on Steam. It's on sale for $26 on PC right now. That is the only place you can get it.
Bargain.
Yeah. And we're coming up to the end of the show.
No.
Aww.
No, we're taking over the next hour. Sorry, movie guys.
We were making memories here. Jeez.
That's right. It's beautiful.
We are making memories. I'll remember this for the rest of my life until I get dementia.
Aww.
Wow. Got dark.
But you can catch Zed Games again next week. So, it's time for us to say goodbye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify.
Or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.